Being a rower at the University of Tulsa has its ups and downs. The support of teammates creates a feeling of family and makes the transition into college feel less like a daunting task. But with that comes 20 hours of work each week, including countless early mornings and numerous bus rides out to the river.
The purpose of the team is to use rowing as a means to enhance their education. And that's really the big deal, right? What we're trying to do is we're trying to take young women from all over the nation, all over the world, and provide them with the tools that maybe they don't get in the classroom. Pushing physically, right? Pushing emotionally, pushing mentally, so that people have a better formation for what they want to do in the future.
So what is it like to be a rower in Tulsa, Oklahoma? An average day for a rower begins right around 5 a.m. A bus picks up the team from Bayless Plaza at 5:15 and heads out to Tulsa. Practice starts when the rowers bring oars down to the dock, followed by a quick warm-up run. Then, resting on their shoulders, the boats are carried down to the water. Usually boats leave the dock around 7 a.m. Morning rows consist of long steady-state strokes with some technical drills. Once practice is over, the boats are brought back up to the boathouse and the rowers head back to campus to start the school day. This daily process that can begin to feel grueling at the peak of training season is suddenly forgotten as soon as the rowers set out on the race course and the elation of racing takes over.
Walk through this. You are Tulsa. Reign King, we go. Second 10 and 2, crush it. That's 1, 2.
Rowing is a unique sport as it requires immeasurable amounts of time, preparation, and work in proportion to the competition time. Each race lasts only 7 minutes. Being a Division I athlete demands over 20 hours per week of practice, team meetings, travel time, and other obligations, on top of being a full-time student.
I've learned how to really work through the very boring, tedious parts of something to get to something really good at the end. So working for something that's a very small reward, seemingly it's a small amount of time and you put in so many hours, it feels very pointless for a long amount of time and you keep with it.
Attention, go!
Being on a team had me make sure I'm dedicated to the team and what we're doing, because it is a team sport and everyone needs to be involved and on their game. And so yeah, for me it just makes sure, kind of keeps me in check, I guess, with my dedication, my motivation levels. So that's the good part, because it can be tough to motivate yourself at times, and so having the team behind you is really good.
The overarching challenge, I think, is probably having to sacrifice a lot of things to constantly kind of be here and be ready to go at all times. You kind of have to sacrifice the usual college experience and, doing things that you maybe thought you were going to be doing in college. You kind of have to change that idea.
Go TU! You got him! Go! Go, Tulsa! Go!
You can't stay up all night studying because you need the sleep to be able to perform optimally in the morning and for the rest of the week. So I think you really have to be efficient in every daily activity. You need to get your work done on time so that you can train and keep performing at the levels your coach needs you to be performing at.
I've learned a lot under a lot of different kind of categories. You could say I've learned a lot about time management and discipline and just working with other people. I've also just learned a lot from the people I've been on the team with. I've had a lot of teammates, a lot of really hardworking, inspiring young women who have taught me a lot about the overall kind of work ethic and ambition.
Many people call rowing the ultimate team sport, based on how much every teammate relies on each other.
You literally cannot do anything without your teammates, and it really translates into other things in your life, like your relationships, your work relationships, whatever it is. And I think that is something I learned. It's just really important that, it teaches you so many things and you don't actually realize it until after you leave.
These relationships between teammates are formed in the many hours the team spends together. From the boathouse to the weight room, the rowers lean on each other for support, while all working towards a common goal.
One piece, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go 24. Negative, let's go 20, 24, 28. 4, 3, 2, 1.
The team brought so many things to me, and especially in the sense of camaraderie and community. In my 4 years, I've never once felt, alone or, kind of in this on my own or without anyone to look to. Having a group of girls who were going through the exact same thing every day, the exact same motions, the same challenges, waking up early, going through a tough workout, anything to that effect, having someone do the exact same thing. It just made everything so much easier. You were able to look to them for support, and you were able to laugh with them, and you shared so many common interests that you just became this cohesive group.
I think with rowing, it's really known as the ultimate team sport, and that with that comes a really unique bond, and so you get super close to your teammates. You see them at their worst. You're waking up at 5 a.m. together and you're all tired, but yeah, from that comes some really special bonds, and I think I love that the most.
My favorite part about being on the team is definitely the people. I think I've had a lot of fun getting to know my teammates, and we have a lot of people from a lot of different places in the world, and so they're very different, and getting to know their different cultures, but then at the heart of it, they're so similar to everyone I know who does row, because it takes a very specific kind of person to do this sport.
I think it's taught me how to form relationships, I guess, and to be able to work as a team. I know it sounds cliche, but it really helps you form relationships with different kinds of people, and because our team is so culturally diverse, we do get to interact with other cultures and sort of learn their ways. I think that's very valuable and something you wouldn't really get anywhere else.
The team has brought together many different cultures from all over the world and has created an experience that each rower cherishes long after their time in Tulsa.
The team really brought that community feeling, which kind of enhanced everything else in a positive way, because I just had this family who wasn't a family, this family away from home. So the team really did make, living so far away, it made Tulsa home away from home.
Through camaraderie, support, and hard work, rowing creates a community for its athletes where they can thrive, grow, and flourish together, something that the rowers at the University of Tulsa are thankful for.